What is dripping in black to me? Dripping in black to me is staying black and proud.
Welcome to the Dripping in Black podcast, where we celebrate Black excellence within the Black diaspora. Our special guest host is award-winning podcaster Dominic Lawson, Director of Podcasts at Owls Education Company.
What's up, good people all around the world? This is the Dripping in Black podcast, and I am one of your hosts, Dominic Lawson, multi-award winning podcaster, and I'm serving as Director of Podcasts at the Owls Education Company. I just want to say, as always, I thank the man behind the glass, Ed Square, for this amazing opportunity to be here with you, Dripping in Black family. Now, before I continue, you see the fit, racism, it's dumb, it's stupid, right? Make sure you go ahead and cop one of these bad boys. Go over to dibkdripshop.com to get this and all of your Dripping in Black merchandise. Again, that is dibkdripshop.com. But let me get to the task at hand. She is an up-and-coming podcaster in the Detroit area, born in Minneapolis, but raised in Metro Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. She has always had a deep love for music and history, sparked by watching music documentaries at an early age. We're going to talk about that a little bit. She holds a BA in communications from Oakland University. Shout out to the Golden Grizzlies. And today she's turning her passion into purpose as the creator and host of In the Mix with Leah B podcast. She is the amazing, the talented, this inspiring Leah B. Leah B, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Dominic?
I am well. Thank you so much for coming on Dripping in Black and sharing your story with us.
Yes, anytime.
Awesome. So, you know what? Let's just kind of start here. I kind of gave the people a little bit about, your background and stuff like that. But who is Leah B at the core of her? Like put us in those shoes a little bit. Who is Leah B?
Well, I am, I guess you could say I'm cool, collected, kind of an introvert in a way.
Gotcha. I got you.
Yeah, so I'm just what you call laid back.
I got you. I feel that. And I have to say, I love the fit, by the way, the Adidas fit.
Thank you.
Kind of reminds me of the, and I know it's something all about, like hip hop in the 80s and stuff like that. It's kind of giving that kind of vibe. So I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that. But let's just kind of, start here. We talked about, being in between Minneapolis and Detroit, two cities that have very rich musical histories, if you will. Just kind of describe the environments that kind of shaped your love for like music and storytelling, Leah.
Okay, well, I was born in Minneapolis, but I moved to Detroit when I was like a baby. So I was 9 months old. So Detroit is all I know. So growing up here, being raised here, I just absolutely loved music. I don't know, I just been a fan of it since I was little. And I also love history as well. I've been a fan of I don't know, facts of other people. It was my thing. So
gotcha.
But
well, for me, growing up, and maybe this is like a black thing, maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know. I grew up here in the South, where Sunday mornings, you got to wake up super early and clean the house, and there's always some type of music playing. Did you have that experience as well?
Well, when I was Sundays, was usually Saturdays for me, because Sundays I would be at church.
Okay,
getting ready.
I meant to say Saturday. Did I say Sunday? Yeah. I meant to say Saturdays. I meant to say Saturday. Yeah, Saturdays. Yeah.
Yeah. So my mom would normally be playing like old school R&B on the radio and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And a little bit of gospel as well, but it was mostly like R&B. And,
gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was that? I have to ask. What was that song that, as a kid, that just really grabbed you? Like, oh, this is nice. Like, what's that one song as a kid where you're like, you know what? I kind of like this music thing.
I'm trying to think. Well, I'll just tell you, when I was like 5, my favorite singer before Mariah Carey Was
Okay.
Vanessa Williams.
Okay. Got it.
And yeah, so she was kind of like my inspiration because like when I was younger, my hair was like a lot lighter
Okay.
and my eyes and stuff, and people used to say I used to look like her, and I ran with it.
Gotcha. I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that.
So, well, the song, um, hmm, that really inspired me. What I really enjoyed music was probably it was probably like I would say it was Dreaming,
Okay.
Vanessa Williams Dreaming.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. We talked at, the top of this episode about, your uh enjoying documentaries at an early age and stuff like that. And that's something me and fellow guest host Al Pete, definitely pride ourselves on, is like, learning through documentaries and stuff like that. Was there a particular documentary or music
Oh,
special or something that really kind
well,
of grabbed
okay. I
you?
was one of those weirdo kids because like I used
No,
to watch.
listen, I get it. It's all good. Listen, I'm the
I
kid
was
who's
one of those
watching.
like
I was a kid watching, like, the political campaigns and like the conventions at 9 years old. So
right.
you're in good company. So go ahead.
So I'm trying to think. Well, I was like into like 2020 and like
Yeah, absolutely. At
like
Friday nights,
my
right?
show every Friday night. Well, after
Yep.
TGIF
Yep.
was
Absolutely.
2020,
Absolutely.
and I would also watch on Saturdays night America's Most Wanted.
Yep.
Remember America's
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because on Saturday nights, it was a 1 hour block of not Bad Boys, the
Cops?
Cops, and
Yep.
then America's Most Wanted. So no,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would watch that, and also I was into like behind the music, like
Right,
on
on VH1,
VH1.
and yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
VH1. E True Hollywood Story on E. So
Mhm.
that always been fascinating with me and
Gotcha.
whatnot.
I
So
is it because, because you hear these songs and you know the stories from the peripheral, right, or periphery, whatever word we're supposed to use. You hear these stories and you hear these songs or whatever, right? But I think, shows like Behind the Music and stuff like that, they really give you those behind the scenes stories
yes,
and stuff.
yes,
Is that what really intrigued you?
yes.
Yeah, talk
It
more
was
about
just
that if you don't mind. Yeah.
I don't know. I always like it was just so interesting the stories that when they would have the artists like do their
Yeah.
backstory and stuff. I was like
Mhm.
fascinated. Like wow, that's interesting about the facts and stuff about what they did and their childhood and stuff like that. How they got started into the industry and
Right.
whatnot. So it was just interesting to me.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this, Leah. Did you ever find yourself, because I know with me, when I would watch Behind the Music, I would find myself being intrigued by artists that I didn't had never even listened to. Right. So like
Yep.
I'll like, like Leonard Skinner. Yeah, sure. Why
Right.
not? Like now,
Right.
clearly, if I go to a
Right.
Leonard Skinner concert,
Yes. Yes.
I'm not. I don't think I'm the target demographic. Maybe I am.
Right.
Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Right.
But I didn't grow up watching Skinner or listen to Leonard Skinner. But
Mm-hmm.
that story on the behind the music, I was intrigued. Like,
Yes.
oh, this is
Yes.
cool. Like how they got the name and
Yep.
and the
That's
plane crash and
exactly.
stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was there another one? Was there one like that for you, or artists like, you know what? I didn't grow up listening to them, but this story is interesting to me.
I would say it was like Journey. The group
Journey.
Journey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
that. What was interesting about Journey for you that just kind of like, you know what? I'm I can rock with it a little bit.
It was just their music. It was just so
Gotcha.
I was into like I don't know. I like soft rock. Like the yacht
Gotcha.
music, from the yacht.
Yeah, the
Yep.
yacht rock is what they
Yeah,
kind of
yep.
call it now.
And
Yeah, for
another
sure.
one that was intriguing was what was his name? Christopher Cross. Sailing.
Okay. Yeah.
Take you yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like speaking of documentaries, they just had that documentary about yacht rock and stuff like that recently. That was,
Really? I need
oh
to
yeah, they got into Christopher Cross and Michael McDonald and
oh, that's my
even
guy.
got
The
into Kenny
Dooney
Loggins a
Brothers.
little bit. Yeah,
Yes.
got into Kenny
What
Loggins a little bit. Yeah.
what channel is that on? Because I need to watch it.
I think that was on Max, whatever HBO is calling itself for
Oh,
these
okay.
days, right? And
Gotcha.
so I think it's on that. But yeah, it was interesting. It even talked about the African American influence on what they call yacht rock, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So yeah, like definitely put that one in your cap to kind of check out later.
Okay.
For sure, for sure. Pretty sure you'll enjoy that one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I wanna ask you this. I wanna take me back to the Golden Grizzlies days at Oakland University. I think the first time I heard of Oakland University was like during March Madness, a basketball tournament or whatever, right? So that's just me. And I was like, obviously when you think Oakland, you think California. It was like, what do you
Yeah,
mean it's in Michigan?
that's exactly what they do.
What do you mean
That
it's
when I used to when I they're like Oakland University, where is that? Oakland, California? Like, no,
right?
it's in Rochester, Michigan, sir.
Right, right. So, kind of tell me about your time there and studying
Okay.
communications and maybe how that prepares you for podcasting now.
Okay, well, actually, I wanted to go into the music
Okay,
industry,
yeah,
and like
that makes sense.
I wanted to be a music producer. Like, I wanted to be like, I don't know. I thought like, well, actually, no, I'll take that back. I wanted to be a singer,
Okay,
but more, it was more money behind behind the scenes, like,
mm,
uh, being a producer. So I was like, yeah, I hate to mention him, but the
yeah,
inspiration was Diddy.
yeah. I same way. I wanted to be just like that person as well, but like obviously, what they say, never meet your heroes.
Right.
So, so no, I
It's
feel you
even
on that.
worse. I had the biggest crush on him too.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. But no, I get it though. Like people like him that like the behind the scenes, the executive
Yep.
producers and stuff
Hmm.
like that, the kind of the person kind of pushing the buttons and stuff like that, both figuratively and literally, right? So no,
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
But yeah. So they didn't have any like the school. Well, when I got actually transferred to Oakland University, I
Okay.
was going to a community college
Gotcha.
and transferred there. So um, I was like was got the my degree was well actually I was going to go into music production
Hmm.
and like and then I discovered radio. I wanted to go into radio,
Got it.
be a radio DJ. So they didn't have nothing like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do communications and call it a day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I had a radio show
Okay.
at OU too.
Hmm.
For like right before I had graduated. It was like for like it was 2 months before I graduated, and I had my own little radio show and whatnot. So that was
And how
yeah.
did you were you like a was it more like just like playing some of the hits of the day, or like did you have like some interviews and
So
stuff like that? Tell me
I
about
was able
yeah.
to just play my own music, and
Okay.
like I would bring my little CDs or whatever, and
Gotcha.
they would record. So they would record me to put me at midnight in the midnight
Gotcha.
slot. So I didn't go into like at midnight or anything like that. So they just recorded my voice,
Gotcha.
and I did the midnight spot. It was what was it called? The radio station was called WXOU. I don't think
Okay.
anybody could pick it up though.
Gotcha. I got you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Had a faint signal, huh?
Right, yo.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mhm.
So, it's interesting because when I talk to many podcasters, right, many of them come from a music background, many of them come from a radio background. Uh, I'm curious how those backgrounds, including, studying communications and stuff like that, is kind of led to, in the mix with Leah B on all your podcast platforms, by the way, Dripping Black Family. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, check it out, the show, and stuff like that. So kind of talk about how that experience prepared you for in the mix with Leah B.
Well, actually, someone had told me about podcasting like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and I didn't, because I was explaining to them I wanted to go into radio and get a job
Hmm.
into radio and whatnot. And they had mentioned podcasting, but I didn't know how to get started, so I kind of like left it on the back burner.
Right.
Um, up until maybe 2019 was when I actually did it for real. And I was like, and the catalyst was my brother. He had passed away like in
Gotcha.
June that year.
Mm-hmm.
And
My condolences.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he loved music too. And so yeah, he was my inspiration. But
Gotcha.
that's how I, got into podcasting. I was like, I thought about it in 2019, but I didn't do it for real until like a year later, 2020. So,
Gotcha.
because I had dropped the trailer, my little trailer in 2019. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you've been doing the show ever since, right?
Yep. Since
Okay.
March of 2020. Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And so just kind of give the Drippin' and Black family an idea of what they can expect when they listen to and subscribe, by the way, to In the Mix with Leah B.
So, the podcast itself is just little facts, unknown facts of artists like from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You got, and I have like this very random. I've got like the most random. I don't know if you listen to any, but I have the most randomest like topics. Um,
Okay.
so it'll be little facts of like artists, culture from like R&B, hip hop, jazz, gospel.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of mix of everything. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most random, obscure fact or story that you came across from an artist that you shared on the show? Like one that you're like, well, I never saw that one coming, or I never saw that being a thing. Like, is there one that kind of stands out?
I'm trying to think. Oh my goodness, I got so many
That many,
episodes.
huh?
I can't even remember now. What was that group? I
Because
think
I
it
think
was.
that's I think that speaks to your love of like what we was talking about earlier, like behind the music, and I think
Mm-hmm.
people enjoy that via social media and podcasting, like those stories. They're like, wow, like I know of, you know, Fantastic Voyage, but I didn't realize this story about Fantastic
Right.
Voyage or something
Right.
like that. Some,
Yeah.
whatever, like, or how like it's always like some mistake that happens. Like, no, keep that in, and it becomes the thing
Right.
that everybody, whatever, right? So I guess I
Yeah.
was just curious about if you ever had something like that on the show.
I'm trying to think. I think it was. What group was this? It was a '90s like R&B group. I didn't even
Okay,
realize that it was something they did. I was like, wow.
gotcha.
Yeah. I was
Fair
like,
enough.
dang. Okay.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Give me your top 5 R&B groups of the '90s. In
Oh,
your in Leah B's opinion, top 5.
okay. I'm gonna go with number one, Boys to Men. That's my
Fair
group.
enough. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
As yeah.
Boys to Men. They are my all-time favorite group. I saw them like 3 times in concert. But anyway,
Gotcha.
um, it was Boys to Men, Drew Hill.
Okay.
Um,
I have a funny Drew Hill story, by the
oh
way.
really?
Not with Drew Hill itself, and it's very short. But you go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Okay. Boys to Men, Drew Hill. Um, I'm gonna say Joe. Well, I'm not really a fan of Jodeci like that.
Okay. They was rocking in the '90s though. Jodeci was.
Yeah,
They was pretty big stuff.
yeah. Oh shoot. Oh goodness. I'm gonna say New Edition when they came back
Okay.
out in the '90s.
Oh, in '96. Yeah, I remember them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Soul for Real. Remember them?
I love Soul for Real.
My,
Love Soul for Real. I,
my.
so I was a little upset. I did not like the lead singer for Soul for Real because the young lady I was kind of dating or whatever, like
Oh.
had a crush on. I was like, man, I don't like Soul for Real. But they was talented though. Like I have to admit that they were talented. Like, yeah, man, forget Soul for Real. Nobody like
Let's see.
that. Whatever. That's just
Another
Dominic
one.
Hayden.
What was another? Immature when they were like, not
Right.
when they was. Well, I was not a
Gotcha.
fan until
Gotcha.
like they got
They
a
got
little
a
bit
little
grown.
older. Yeah.
Older, yeah.
Fair
Like
enough.
not IMX, but like
No, I
But
got you. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah,
Immature. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel you
So
on that. I
how
feel
many
you on
was
that.
that? That's like you said. Are we at
5.
5?
Uh,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Fine. No, that's dope. No, my recently I saw on social media that you remember the Drew Hill dance, like tell me what
Me,
you
what
want,
you want?
right?
Yep.
And so I seen on social media that this father was punishing his kids to have them do
Oh
that
my.
dance.
Okay, Joe
He was
Jackson.
like, give me 100 Drew Hills. He's like, what's a Drew Hill? And then the father's explaining to him like the dance, tell me what you want.
What you want?
So they started doing it. And it was good to about their
Oh
15th Drew
wow.
Hill. But they got to that 16th, 17th Drew Hill. They were like, whoa, wait a minute, started getting a little tired. So yeah, I don't think people give Drew Hill enough credit for dancing and singing, especially
No.
that
Mm-mm.
particular type of dance. But no, I feel you on Boys to Men though. Like Boys to Men, especially and forgive me if it's not on the same album, but like, I'll Make Love to You, Down on Bended Knee, stuff like that. Like that album was like historic, like historically good. Because I
Yes.
remember,
2. That's the name of it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I remember them talking about that album in like Elvis Presley, like,
Mm.
ear, like breaking an Elvis Presley record as far as like weeks at number one or something like that.
Mm.
So no, they definitely ran the 90s for sure.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, Dripping Black Family. We are here with Leah B, creator and host of In the Mix with Leah B podcast. Make sure you check out all of her content there on all your major podcast platforms, for sure. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the things. We talk about Detroit. You talking about growing up mostly in Detroit and stuff like that. How does the city's history and culture influence how you shape your podcast, right? Because you got Motown records. Now I'm a little biased to Memphis because we have Stax in Soulsville
But yeah, Stax
now
record.
is right here, but I know you got Hitsville there
Yeah.
in Detroit. But like, kind of tell me about like how Detroit has kind of shaped and molded, not just your musical background, but also how you do your podcast as well.
Well, just the whole vibe of Detroit. Like we are
Right.
just like we are a hustle city. Like
I feel that
not
100%.
just not auto industry, but we a hustle city. No
Yeah.
matter we grind, whatever. It is what it is. We gonna make it
Right.
work, make it happen. And but the music, I don't know, we always been had a gritty our music was always kinda gritty, I guess you can say,
Right.
in a way. And it kinda shaped that. I got a whole episode a whole list a series on Detroit music
Mhm.
and like how it shaped and how it was just we're the I guess okay. We're just the best, I guess, when it comes to music.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gotta rep your city. I totally get it. I
Yeah,
totally get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, speaking of that grit and that grime, and funny enough, that's something we say here in Memphis because of the Grizzlies and the Memphis Grizzlies. That is,
Oh,
grit
right.
and
Not
grind,
the
and
right.
right, right. But speaking of that, like anytime you're starting a new venture, it can be tough, right? So talk
Mm,
about how maybe there were some obstacles, with your podcast, and like I know one of the biggest things like discoverability and getting the word out there and stuff like that. What are
yeah.
some of those things you had to kind of overcome when it comes to your show?
I guess I wanted it to be like perfect. Like I was going like I had it like I wanted I guess I had a little perfectionism in me because like when I
Mhm.
first initially before I dropped it and everything, I was like, I'm gonna drop it on this day. Blah blah blah. I guess it's the perfection in me. I was kind of like,
Gotcha.
I guess I was a little bit nervous about people gonna actually listen to my podcast about music history, and I
Hmm.
was kind of, I guess, a little bit nervous about that. And like, I don't know if people gonna like it or anything like that. But I was like, you know what? Let me just drop it and see what happens. And here we are.
Yeah, it's always amazing. Like even with like new music and podcasts, right? Like sometimes people they like, man, nobody gonna listen to this stuff. Like, I know I do that all the time, right? Like,
Right.
nobody's gonna listen to this. But eventually, people do, and they rock with it. And I think that just goes to show that, like, sometimes we just got to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we just got to put it out there. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely glad that you kind of worked through
Yeah.
some of that. What are some of the things that people, kind of misunderstand, or like, about podcasting, in your opinion, Leah?
I guess they thought it's gonna be like super easy. You're gonna get all this like recognition
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And they said like, I'm gonna drop it and I'm gonna be a superstar.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I, I guess people don't realize they thought it was gonna be easy, and it's not easy because you have to put into like write out the episodes and like figure out what you're gonna talk about. And a lot of
Right.
people like fade off. Like only do like what maybe 20. I was reading somewhere like um the most people go up to is like maybe 20 episodes and then disappear due
Yeah.
to
That's
yeah
yeah.
yeah
Yeah. I've seen stats like that. I've seen 20 episodes. I've seen 7. I've seen 3.
right
So,
like
which is,
yeah
I think it just goes to show that, like, this game ain't for the faint of heart. You know what I
no
mean?
it's
Like, it
not
really does take some some patience and some
yes
forethought, and
yeah
and things of that nature.
especially
Leah,
I'm sorry
go
go
ahead,
ahead
go ahead.
especially if you thinking you going into it like yeah I'm gonna make this little money but at the same time you have to enjoy it not just to
Right,
be doing it just to be doing it you have to
for
have
sure.
like a passion and like the topics that you talk about and you enjoy that particular topic
You do.
yeah hmm
Right. Well, we were talking off camera a little bit about, the Black Podcast Association. You kind of mentioned that a little bit. Like, how have they been beneficial in growing, growing the show, learning more about podcasting, resources, things of that nature?
very beneficial. I'm glad I was able to join like when I first started
Hmm.
it my podcasting journey. I was just on Facebook and just looking to be part of a group. To they helped me out. I've been to a few online. I don't know. I just love the community. Just love y'all, the community,
Gotcha.
and how if we have an issue, um, just come and talk about it. And I love the community.
I hear
So
that. I hear that.
yeah,
We get that a lot for sure. So listen, I really appreciate this conversation. We're round third heading home. By the way, just want to say thank you so much for doing this with me, and spending this time with us here at Dripping in Black. Well, let me
yeah.
ask you this: what's that dream guest, dream topic that you would want for in the mix with Leah B? But also, what you got coming down the pipeline? What conversations and topics do you have coming up? So, kind of a two-part question: that dream guest, and also upcoming topics and episodes that you got coming on that you kind of let us know about.
Okay, my dream guest is to have Mariah Carey
Fair
come on.
enough. You did mention that. Let me. Why? What is it about Mariah that
I always
besides the
been
fact that
a
she gets a bag every Christmas, but uh, but
I
what is it about Mariah for you?
as a fan, been a fan. I've been a fan since I was 10 years old,
Okay.
and I just love her like music, her songwriting,
Hmm.
um, her voice, like songwriting. I enjoy because I want to be a songwriter too.
Right.
So yeah,
What do you
but
say to people, because Mariah has been known for kind of coming off as a bit of a diva, right? And something that she kind of owns. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know,
I
what,
guess I guess I got that in me. I can be a little diva. Not
you're a
like
little,
bad diva, but
got
like,
you.
like
Got you.
whatever.
You're not the type of like I only eat purple Skittles in my green room, something like that,
Right.
right? Okay, I
No, I'm
got
not
you.
like that.
I
No.
got you. But when people say Mariah's a diva or anybody's a diva, what do you think? What do you think about that? Like, what do you think they're actually saying something else, or they just commentating on what they see? What do you think about the whole diva ness of like, not just with women, but also men too, right? Like when it comes to being a diva, I guess.
I mean, being a diva, I mean, it all depends. Like,
Hmm.
it can be a good a good thing or a bad thing, but
Right.
uh, I mean, just I don't have a problem with as long as you are like you good, you good people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't act like a fool.
Right.
you know. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Got you.
It is what it is. As
And
long as you're
listen,
not mean. That's
right. No, I got you. I got you.
yeah.
And let's be clear. Mariah has the resume and the accolades to kind of be a diva a little bit, right? Like
Right. Right.
we talking about a top tier all time voice in Mariah
Mm-hmm.
Carey. So I
Yep.
totally get it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this last question because one of the things that we like to do here on Dripping in Black is to kind of immortalize our time
Mm-hmm.
here on Dripping in Black. And so, as S Square gets that kind of ready to kind of show you what that is, I want to ask you this last question. So when you get, you know, up and older and getting ready to retire with and stuff like that when it comes to music and podcasting and stuff like that, and when people start to talk about you at your retirement dinner, if you will, right?
Oh
no
Lord, I'm 41. I ain't
you-
there yet.
listen,
Just turned 41.
oh no, listen, I'm 42, about to turn 43. I feel like we neither one of us are. That's like well down the road for us, right? But eventually that day comes, and they try
Mm-hmm.
to set you out the pasture and give you your golden watch and say go sit down somewhere. But when
Right.
that day comes, right? What did you want them to say? The legacy of Leah B is like she was an amazing podcaster, like she's like this amazing music historian. Like when they say Leah B was her legacy was this, what is that part? Fill in the blank for me.
My legacy, I want people to say that she was a knowledgeable, awesome, knowledgeable, and just an all around great person, I guess.
I hear
And
that.
like, yeah.
I hear
So,
that. I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, like I said, we like to immortalize, your time here on the Drippin' in Black podcast. And so S Square is going to kind of pull something up for us to kind of show you as a token of our thanks, if you will, to say thank you so much for coming on the Drippin' in Black podcast and being part of the Drippin' in Black family. And also to say that you're an alumni of
Oh,
the Dripping in Black
shucks.
family. Yeah, listen. You done graduated again. So so that's
Oh,
why
snap.
we have that magazine cover there for you, just
Beautiful.
as a way to say thank you so much for coming on
Oh,
and
thank
being part
you.
of this show and our family, I guess.
Appreciate that. Oh,
Awesome,
thank you.
awesome. That's a really
I'm
nice
glad I
picture,
was
by the way.
finally able to get to be on your show. I know it's been like a lot for me to get on
Listen,
here.
listen, we got it figured out. We got it
Yes.
figured out. That's
Yeah.
that matters. That all that matters. So
Yeah.
listen, again, just want to say, if there's any lasting words, any lasting thoughts you want to share with us on on Dripping in Black, the floor is yours to do that.
I guess my last words is stay blessed and just keep doing your thing because this
I ain't
is an
mad at it.
awesome, yeah, awesome, awesome community.
I
So,
hear that. I hear that.
yeah,
Thank you so much,
thank
Leah
you.
B, for sure. And thank you, Dribbling Black family, for allowing us to have this conversation. Please be sure to check out In the Mix with Leah B on all of your podcast platforms, but also check out the website, www.inthemixwithleahb.com, and follow
Awesome.
that. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I have merch too.
Listen, get the merch. Get all the
Yep.
merch. Make sure you ching ching in that cart, if you will, for sure. So make sure you check out all of that and grab that merch. And of course, please, speaking of merch, Drip Shop, DIBKDripShop.com to get your Dripping in Black merch at Square. Just want to say again, thank you to the man behind the glass at Square for letting me be guest host. And more importantly, thank you, Dripping in Black family, for allowing me to serve you in this role. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And also thank you for subscribing. And until next time, be kind, be excellent on purpose. And as always, keep it black. It's a choice. Peace. And that's it.
All right. Awesome.
On the next Dripping in Black podcast, we wander the world with travel designer Erica Bullock.
It's a lot of stress. And so I feel like when we're in that position, we don't prioritize rest. And rest is a birthright. It's not something that you take when you don't have anything else to do, because at the end of the day, if you don't rest, you're not going to be good for anything else that you have going on in your life, your husband, your kids, anything like that, your job. So rest is our birthright. And that's kind of one of my things when I say travel accessible to all. It means every single body, because men deserve rest too, so I don't want to leave y'all out. But yes, this is our birthright. I mean, even God rested on the seventh day. We need to take advantage of that.
Thanks for vibing with us. Keep the conversation going. Like, subscribe, and follow at DIBK20 on social media. Visit drippinginblack.com for all things Dripping in Black, and DIBKDripShop.com for your drip and other merch. Until next time, be well and much love.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.